What's going on, y'all? This is Cruz with Cruise Control Entertainment, and we are here at a secret location. Right now, we got a special edition for y'all with WDI. We got Yoshi, iAmair, 17, and Ace. What up, y'all?
What's up, bro?
Good.
Glad to be here.
Yes, shit, man. So it's a lot. It's a lot that y'all got going on right now. I want to start. 17, you just dropped the album.
Yeah.
So let's start with that.
Yeah, I just dropped this album called Then and Now. Got 21 tracks on it. Got various artists. Especially we got Yoshi iAmair.
Mm-hmm.
He's on track with 18. Air Rider. We got a couple good different songs up on that album. Pretty much I got it based off of music, based off of stuff that I've done when I first got into the game, all the way up to now, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. So you said 18. So there's a 17 and an 18.
Oh no, that's track 18.
Oh, okay. 18. I thought you said it was another person named 18. Okay. Nah, that's what's up. And you told me that y'all didn't have a track together. Is that not a track together? He's just on there with us.
So, you go
So
ahead.
basically how that came to be, he just asked me for a song. The first song I sent him, it had a sample on it. I was like, yeah, we can't do that. So ended up sending him that one, and it just worked. That's the best way to describe it. Keep it short.
So pretty much it's more so on a business type thing where it's like, all right, cool. He can bring me a song that he's already done did, and on the back end, I talk to Ace over here. We talk about we plan out a deal because this is his artist.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked out a deal on the back end as far as percentage wise and stuff, where I'll be able to host his song that he did on my project, and that's how we were able to collab in that way. But as far as me being on the record with him, yeah, we haven't got there yet. But
yeah, Then and Now was actually like a producer album though. So
Okay.
in reality though, like he's not on every song. So like majority of it is an artist, whatever that he's worked with or did beats with, or whatever the case may be.
Okay. So are you mainly a producer?
yeah, I mean, I'm so, I guess you could say that. I got a different line. I wear a lot of hats.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this whole group we got different hats in here. So, but my main focus is as a whole is being an executive producer, just pretty much overseeing all the projects and whatnot, things that we need to go about conquering things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ace, you the manager.
Yes, sir.
So how did you find these guys, and what made you say, like, I want to manage these guys?
I mean, so in the beginning, so Sean is my cousin,
Okay.
and we all went to high school together. Either way it went, and so in the beginning, I was kind of like the promotion guy, I guess, because I already knew a lot of people and whatever the case is. I was known for going to parties and whatever the case was, though. So I was already working with Sean. Sean had a group at that time called RMG. And basically whatever, I was the person that always kind of was in the middle because it would always be situations of arguments or disagreements between the artist and him or our other producer, Larry Lang. And I kind of always had to make the plan, so it would be a situation where like it made sense. So I really didn't choose to be the manager though.
Yeah.
That's not what really happened. You know, like it was just so fact. Like I mean, so like I kind of was already making the plan anyway. So it became the point where like it became my job. So in the beginning, I didn't think that I was really confident in it. So I ended up going to school and I went to SAE Nashville and then ended up getting an entertainment business degree.
Okay, dope. So you did that strictly for WDI?
Yeah. So at the time, Sean was becoming a producer because he was an engineer mainly at first.
Okay.
And I kind of just seen the holes that we had though as far as working as a group, and we didn't really know the business stuff. We didn't know copyright. We didn't know like publishing deals. We didn't really know how to read contracts and different stuff like that. So I looked at it like, well, I'm the book smart one, so I might as well, you know what I'm saying, go to school. And it actually ended up working out better than what I thought it would.
Right. Okay. And then now, Yoshi iAmair, you went to school with these guys. What made you say like, okay, I'm gonna trust them and my career?
It's crazy because at first I was on the whole other side.
Okay.
So it's like when it comes to working with Ace, that was because of track. We both ran track together, so it's just like we built a camaraderie through that. And then with Sean, we had the same health class together, so we ended up doing like a project for like a short film. So we just ended up working on that.
Okay.
And I think it was it was just at first I was more on like a competitive nature, so I wanted to be like the best lyrically or whatever.
Yeah.
So at first I saw them as competition, like, oh yeah, nah, I'm finna kill them.
Yeah.
So then we went our separate ways. Whole time they thinking on a bigger level. I'm thinking local. They thinking global, basically. And so I just honed my skill, and then I think it was once I got out the military, seen him one day pulling up on somebody chilling. Oh yeah, I work with music now, but throughout my traveling, I already seen so many people that said this, like, all right, yeah, you gonna have to show me.
Right.
But I'm not understanding he went to school and all the work that they did.
He wasn't listening.
He wasn't listening. I could tell by the conversation like we was having. I'm like, yeah, he ain't really hear me.
Right.
He ain't really hear me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving him sauce and I'm telling him like, bro, like it's for real. And he kind of like, I'm like, nah.
Like, you have to break it down for me. But sure enough, I think like it was one conversation, just 10 minutes. I'm like, nah, he knows something because I tried this before and I ain't get this far. How he get further?
Right.
Boom.
And that's good that you feel that way, because a lot of people hate on that and be like, oh well, shit. If he could do it, like let me try. You know what I'm saying? But you guys already knew each other and shit. So
Be amazing how many people that we done gave this free game to. Legit, and where they at now? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. No, trust me, I know people reach out to me all the time. Like, oh, how do I do this? I send them everything they need.
Right.
And they still don't do it.
And they don't do it.
Yeah. Then you do it exactly what you told them, and then they'll hit you up again like, man, but how'd you do that?
Right.
It's like
it's the same shit.
It's like I told you already.
Right.
I definitely gave you the blueprint, but I mean, you just didn't use it. Like, I mean, hey.
Right. And you guys are from Springfield, Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how did you end up in Nashville going to school?
So when I lived in Springfield, I ended up going to Carbondale, Illinois, and I was going to school for aviation. I wanted to fly planes or whatever at the time. And basically, I ended up dropping out because I was partying too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, I was known for parties. Like, so like I ended up dropping out, and my mom moved to Nashville just out of coincidence anyway. And he was going to school there at first. And so when I got there, I just was working, and so I was already working with him as far as music, but I didn't necessarily take it as serious at that time. Yeah. So it was like I saw the holes and everything, and I'm like, well, okay, well, this is probably the best position I could play in this, is probably be the background and worry about copyright and the legal stuff, whatever. And so I went to school. When I started going to school, they started saying the stuff I was already saying, and I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Like you already naturally had it.
Yeah. Well, it was just like I kind of already knew certain stuff about marketing just off of just being around people, but it was like I didn't know that it was really marketing though. So like when I went to marketing class and they were saying stuff, I'm like, I say that.
I was already doing it.
Yeah, I be saying that. Like, okay.
So 17, how did you so you were the first one in Nashville out here out of y'all three.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And how did you get out here?
Man, so I graduated class of 2014. And as soon as I turned 18, I told myself I wasn't gonna stay in Springfield. Like Springfield at the time had a population of 100,000, and you come to Nashville down there. If you add all the tri-cities around it, we had about 1.2 mil.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact of just in my head, I was already, like I said, in the music, doing drums. Started off in the drums and stuff like that. I started out in the church actually, playing the drums behind my dad. He played the organ. Okay. So pretty much at the age of 18, I came down here to Nashville trying to figure out, just make a name for myself and just figure out how I wanted to go about it. And literally just recording different artists in Nashville and making beats kind of got me to where we're at today. I've worked with a lot of artists y'all probably know, pretty much like 615 Exclusive, Lotus Music. I've done a lot for him, you know. And Wesley Crutcher. Shout out Wesley Crutcher.
Shout out Wesley.
He actually brought us in when we came in the music industry down here. 5 Out Music was the first kind of label that we kind of like joined the men's with, because Wesley, he was needing somebody to produce his artists, and it was Lotus and stuff like that. So I had a problem working with him, you know. So I had asked him, and I was like, well, you know, this is my boy, this is my manager, so can he, you know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those situations where
Oh yeah, I mean at the time I was kind of already making their plan too, so it was kind of like I might as well join this because it was a simple fact. Like I mean, if I make a plan for him and he works with an artist, technically I have to make their plan too because of I mean it has to correlate in some way, shape, or form. So I basically asked Wesley like, could I join? And so like a lot of the like my mannerisms and stuff, whatever, kind of come from Wesley because Wesley was like a big person upon not trying to stress about anything and kind of just looking way forward and being 3 steps ahead of people.
Right.
So I kind of like always try to be that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just working with Wesley, working with different artists out here, kind of like got my name. One of the artists that I really messed with, R.I.P. to him, is YG Mister. YG Mister was one of the main artists that like really pushed me to get that like more on that hustle, you know, as far as the hustle. He put that hustle in me where it's like I could wake up and have like $20 in my bank account, you know what I'm saying? And just because he was around putting, not only him recording himself, he would literally have his young guys up under him come in and record and, you know, bless me with some music. And having YG Mister come through, like he blessed me with features like, you know, Q, Sada Baby and stuff like that, working with them guys and stuff. So I try to tell people like sometimes you just don't necessarily got to be in the room to work with, you know, B-list, A-list artists and stuff as a producer engineer. Like you could literally be in your living room, send it out, and you got something, you know what I'm saying?
Once when they hear that and they like can relate to the beat.
Yep.
So, Yoshi, did you live in Nashville or ever move out here?
This is my first day here, basically.
This your first day? Okay.
Your second day here.
Okay, so when they're in Nashville doing all this, you're in the military?
Yeah, yep. I was over in Aviano, Italy. I think 2017 to 2019.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel you do like a lot of random shit. Like I feel like,
indeed,
like you was doing swimming, track, like you in the military. Like I would have never expected.
I ain't expected either, man.
Yeah,
I was saw because what was it? I got in 3 wrecks in one day. 2 of them wasn't even my fault. That was the messed up part.
Wow.
Because it was black ice. It fell perfectly.
Something about that black ice.
Yeah, but we don't ever talk about the white snow. That's a different
It always makes it seem like the black ice is worse, right?
Right. White snow cover it up.
Right.
Might be saying too much, bro.
Hey.
So now that you know what I'm saying, you found your way in with them. How long has it been that you've been working with them?
Bro, how long has it been?
Well, it's been at least a year.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It's been at least a year because basically after that conversation we had whatever, Jameer has started Yoshi. His real name Jameer, my bad. Gotta stay in character. But Yoshi, he was making a project called Elevators, and he basically came to my crib and was constructing all the beats, and so that had and that started beginning of last summer.
Okay.
So yeah, it had to be just in around a year. No, but was that last year? Was that?
Because I dropped the nigga we made it song. That was about 2021.
That was 2021. So okay,
it had to
so
be
it wasn't last summer.
Yeah.
It was the summer before it, whatever.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he basically constructed the whole project pretty much at my house. He didn't record the lyrics though, but it's like every time the whole project plays, I'd be like, why do I know all these beats?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, same thing with him. Every time he drops something like you're saying, like then and now, I know all them songs. Like, and it's just like, how do I? But then I'd be like, okay, well, I was sitting in the studio for 6 hours with him,
Right.
so I mean, it kind of does make sense. Like,
So on Elevators?
yes, sir.
So was that produced by 17?
No, I made all the beats. On
Oh, you
that.
make beats too?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
This
shit,
was
okay.
before me and him actually locked in on.
Yeah.
Like we was cool. We was like cool as far as on high school tip, but as far as the music tip, we wasn't like locked in yet.
Yeah.
We was cool to where it was like, oh wait, you understand the game too, because it's like out of everybody in high school, me and him was the only ones who actually got a BMI account, who got TuneCore
Legit.
Distro
Right.
Kid. So it's just like in that aspect where it's like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Let me keep trying to progress and learn it.
Facts. We was and what's crazy is what got us locked in. We like. I got a weird mind, so I think crazy things, and I would like tell it to Ace him, and like being around these two, I can say anything I need to say, and it's just like it's not, you're not too far off, you're not crazy,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like-minded.
Like, exactly.
Yeah.
So
He
it's
say
one of them-
crazy all the time, and I be telling him like, he be like, man, cuz it's crazy. Not really though. I kind of made a plan for this like in
Right.
May, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying we talked about it at
Right.
least 12 times. So is it really crazy though? He's like, man, but I didn't think it was gonna happen. What we made the plan for? What was the?
No, it's one of them situations because just like we've been around people and try to put people in careers and positions and stuff to make them, go the way it's supposed to go, and then they don't listen, and then just like, all right, cool. So in my head, I'm thinking like, all right, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? You know what I'm saying? Or is it something that's not getting played out right? But so I was just like, all right, pause. Let me just take full control of my career and have him as my manager and just focus on that. As far as like, all right, cool. That's why 17 came out as an artist.
Okay.
So originally, my name was Sean P. Originally, I
producer.
came out as Sean, the producer. So I originally was Sean P. And then we came out at 17 because I wanted to come out and start making my own music. Because I'm like, shit, bro. I know for a fact that this works because like we've tried it with everybody else and we get to a spot, and then once we get to a certain spot, everything else that we did was all good. It's always the other thing. It's always the opposite,
Yeah,
like,
because it's like your wants over needs.
yeah, it's like an ego trip, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that where y'all at right now is first, what does 17 mean? Like, why is that your
17? All right, so 17, I pretty much named myself 17 because of the year 2017 was the year that I felt like that was the year that, as in my music career, was the year that I think was the time that was like my prime, like where it was more so like
You established yourself.
establish myself.
Okay.
I established myself
Yeah.
at that year. So
And now that y'all got WDI, what does that mean, and why did y'all feel like y'all had to create that?
So originally, whatever, we had a record label for the most part, and the main focus was like us promoting artists. And so we usually always dealt with the ego trip that like for whatever reason though, a lot of rappers feel like in situations where you're working together that they're doing way more work than you, whatever the case is, regardless of how much work you do. I mean, I went in 30,000, you know what I'm saying, whatever dollars in debt, you know what I'm saying, in debt.
Yeah.
You can't just tell me that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I ain't do nothing for you. Like, I done pay my debt myself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but like we always ran into that situation, like, of it's just like, oh well, it's them by themselves, and we, you know what I'm saying, we're not a whole team or whatever the case is, and then like then they go off and do it by themselves and they flop, and it's like, well, that's because of you weren't your own, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you weren't the whole picture though, you know what I'm saying, like you played your part, but you didn't profess your own career though as far as the whole thing. So I mean, you got to fill in our jobs as well as yours now because we're not around. So we just changed it into an entertainment company because we wanted to focus more upon our careers as well as the artists, because of like at this point, whatever, we don't really work with artists that are only rappers. Like if you don't necessarily do service work or whatever the case is, like you're saying, Jameer is a producer and an engineer, so it's not necessarily
and I
that.
can make cover artists too.
You
So
said
you
what?
do graphic
Make
design?
cover artists as well.
Okay. He got another hat.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, it's just the simple fact that like, we all do different things though, and it can't be that you just are a rapper, because at that point though, technically you're just gonna work for us.
at that point,
Right.
you know what I'm
So
And that's pretty much one thing that we try to learn, teach people. Because it's just like, I mean, if you come, like, people will come to us and ask how to be a part of the team. And it's not necessarily we hiring or we doing this and that and the third. It's more so like, all right, if you stick around and just hang around and you see what's missing in the circle and you feel that gap, like,
you got a job.
you got a
Right.
job, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
That's
legit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
Hey, how many hats you wear in this shit, bro?
A lot. So okay, I'm creative director of like all music videos and all pretty much of content for the most part. I'm the marketing guy. So I make all plans as far as marketing. I run the YouTube marketing stuff we do. I'm a photographer. I do video work. I'm his manager, I'm a manager of two other people, Larry Lane and DJ Name. I don't know, man. I do a lot. It's
what
just
do you what feeling like what do you get from doing all this, like spiritually? Like,
I mean, I get like okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really good at something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a good feeling of achievement that, like, okay, well, in one avenue I could do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I just be, you know what I'm saying, I be in a position to, like, you know what I'm saying, just have to thank God for it, because I never would have thought that I know, you know what I'm saying, I would know how to do all the things that I do now and how effective it would be to my actual career. Right. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just blessed, to be honest.
That's dope.
That's definitely facts.
So, you guys also have a platform called WeStream Plus.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I want to hear more about that, and sounds like a great thing. So I just want to hear more about it.
All right. So pretty much, WeStream Plus is pretty much another business avenue that we kind of started thinking about, because as far as we got WDI Entertainment, and we just was like, all right, cool. So I'm online. I'm just dibbling, dabbling, trying to figure out some stuff, random stuff, and I come across, like, I'm watching Zeus Network, I'm watching Hulu and stuff like that. I'm just like, all right, this is going to be the future of the streaming world. Like, people are not going to be using cable; they're going straight to the streaming. Yep. So I'm like, all right. So the next step is you got content creators going straight to YouTube, putting their stuff on YouTube, and YouTube pays a certain amount, but we could put content creators on the map with WeStream Plus with our content, our own content, other content creators' content. Like, you could be a chef, have your own cooking show. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much WeStream Plus is more so based off of the independent content creators, like, just on a scale where if you can't get to that level of Netflix and Hulu, shoot, come on over here, see what we got. We might work something out type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
so you feel like it's a stepping stool to the next level, like the big companies.
Yeah, I feel like that for right now, because honestly, it's one of them situations where it just was. I was just on the internet just figuring something out, and I called Cuz. I said, "Cuz, bro, I think I done found out about making a streaming app, because
Yoshi had basically, so in the beginning, Yoshi had basically brought it to me that it was
the Roku stick.
Yeah, it was a possibility that we could actually put content up on a Roku. And like the only other reference that I had seen from it was the 85 South show, because you could watch all their content up on Roku. Yep. And basically, like, we didn't really know necessarily how to do it though, but it was like once Jameer actually confirmed that it was possible though, and then Sean was kind of already looking into it though. Yeah. It was kind of like, I mean, it kind of worked out because of, once we knew it was possible, Sean kind of figured out what service we was actually going to use instead of like using Roku, because we don't use Roku specifically. Yeah. But so then it just kind of just went from one thing to the other, to be honest.
Wow. And that's the blessing of having a team, because how the trickling effect just is like, okay, I was thinking of this, seeing this, and then you seen it, then it brought it to, like, it all works out.
One of the things.
So what's the plan? You don't have to tell like your exact plan, but what's the plan or the goal with like everything y'all doing? Like, y'all doing a lot, like, because they always say some people say, like, if you're doing too much different things, it's like doing half speed of it instead of going focusing on one thing and get it 100%. Like, what's the goal with doing all of those things at one time?
So like that's why like we have different hats. It's because of some of the fact that like I believe in us not having to all focus on everything. So it's just like Sean is in control of all production. You know what I'm saying? Yoshi's in control of all artistry. So like if we get an artist, whatever the case is, whatever, technically, whatever, I'll manage him, but it'll be his job though. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that he follows in his footsteps, whatever the case is.
He's the A&R basically.
Right. Okay. So then like all business stuff comes to me first, whatever. And then if I can't handle everything, I distribute it out. But it's basically placed out to where like, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell him all the time, because he's used to working by himself. Like, bro, that's just not your job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like, bro, you don't have to worry about that, bro. He like, for real, like, bro, that's just not your job. Like, it's just really not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then a mic will pop up. I always tell him, like, bro, the spotlight come, See, now that right there though, that's your job.
That's your shit. Nah, be like that. Especially when you know you've been doing it by yourself a long time. You're so used to saying like, well, shit, if it got to get done, I'm gonna do it.
I've had like literally, I had situations. People I worked with, they got mad at me because of that mind state. I forgot what it was. It was like a club on base or whatever in Italy, and I talked to him about. I'm like, let's just start doing open mics over there. It's like, all right, cool, but we got to get sponsored by them. I'm like, all right, that's cool with me. So I waited like 2 weeks. I'm like, why am I waiting on this person? I just need somebody to get this platform. Nobody owns this platform. The military owns it. So who cares who did this? And see, I grabbed it, boom, got like 1,000 flyers. I'm starting to hand it to everybody, throwing it under their doors and whatnot. Mind you, tunnel vision, lone wolf type mentality. I see him. He's like, what you want? I'm like, bro, I just got this open.
He's like, I thought we was doing it.
Exactly. I'm like, damn, that's right, bro. You want some?
Oh man.
So,
Nah, be like that. What's the lifestyle difference or change living in Italy and America?
So the food in America is probably like it's just not healthy. Our food bullshit compared to theirs.
Yeah.
That
Cajun.
weather. Oh yeah, the weather. And I'll say patience. Everybody in America, go super fast. Over in Italy, no, you're gonna sit your ass down. You go to a restaurant, you try and complain, my food isn't done. Oh, you'll be all right, relax. Like the waiter will tell you, relax.
Yeah.
So
you feel like America, we just more like we brats.
we brats with too much money, basically.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the fuck to do with it.
Damn, but I feel like Italy is kind of like from what I never been there, but like a rich place. Is it not?
Nah, they broke. it look rich depending on where you go. Like if you go to Florence or Venice or Sicily, now the mafia, that's a different story.
They got a mafia.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they don't.
The Italy mafia. That's crazy.
Italian mafia. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, Sicily. In fact, I met somebody down there. They had some gas. They actually had some. Yes. It was some dude, bro. He had a Rastafarian Adidas tracksuit, and he was doing construction. I asked him, I'm like, bro, can I get some gas? You smoke? Yes. Oh, okay. Meet me back over here at 1800. And he pull up on a moped. And so,
You know, if he on a moped, he got that shit.
Yeah.
bro, I thought he was, bro, I ain't expected. I'm like, what the fuck? And so he came through. He gave it to me in aluminum foil, but the way he wrapped it, it looked like a fucking like a bell pepper or something, like a little chili pepper.
Oh, damn.
So I thought he finessed me. I'm like, damn, he just got 60 arrows out of me. Let me check. As soon as I opened it, this remind me of home. All right, we good.
It's the real onion.
You feel me?
Boom, you come back from Italy. What's the first thing you did?
What did I do? No, I got sent to Minot, North Dakota.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got sent to the middle of nowhere.
It's a weird place.
Wow.
They downtown, the biggest building is the rehab center.
Damn.
Yeah, they don't hide that
A
shit.
lot of people on drugs.
Yeah, I mean it's cold as hell.
Ain't got nothing better to do. So I might as well be high.
But no, once I got out of there, because the whole time, damn, I did get kicked out the military. That's right, I did. Yeah,
That's
so I got
crazy.
kicked out. It was general under honorable conditions, so I ain't really lose shit. It was more or less of you broke a rule. That's it. You ain't a bad worker. So boom, got out, and then I think it was like the first week I was already making music. I think one of our homies from like high school, he hit me up and make a song with him. So literally I slide to the studio. He had some cracking, take like 2 shots, freestyle, 1 shot that shit. And that was about it. I think like a month later, ended up coming across his ass, and then, yeah,
Damn.
that's how I started.
Ain't it crazy how life's changed so fast? Like you was just in Italy, now you
Right. And it's crazy.
are a
Like,
business owner.
y'all went to the same school.
Yeah. All different walks of life.
Yep. And it just came back around.
Yeah, I mean, it just is like because simple fact, like I talk to a lot of people, and like I tell everybody the same thing, like because basically like everything that I do is basically made off of a blueprint. It's all the same thing, just depending on the person. So I could tell that like Jameer was actually in a position where like he wasn't ego driven, which is usually my problem because I actually like stopped doing music for 2 years because of whatever. I got tired of arguing with artists and everything because I don't have time for that. I really don't. Like
He really did go to retirement.
yeah, he was mad. He was pissed. I ain't gonna stop.
I bet.
Nah, I was still helping him, but I wasn't his manager though. You know what I'm saying? It would just be like, okay, bruh, still don't sign shit unless you send it to me.
Yeah.
But as far as anything else though, that ain't my job, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But
sometimes you gotta disconnect to reconnect.
Yeah, I mean, I just started focusing on photography is what I did because it was just like, I mean, the plan works, you know. So it's just with simple fact, like I just got tired of like always trying to prove that it worked, even though like you know what I'm saying, you see it, you know. So and then usually that's because of it's not usually the artist's fault. It's just usually the people around them aren't actually in the industry, so they have advice that doesn't correlate with what's actually going on. So it's just simple fact, like, well, these are their family, their cousins, brother, sister, whoever, and I'm some nigga off the street with a degree, and they just look at it like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get over on them and all this other stuff, and it's just, it's never that way.
Why you talk so smart? Right. Niggas don't be comfortable when you talk smart.
Like, hey, bro, you a little too smart for me, bro. Yeah. Like, so, talking to Jameer all the time, though, it was just like I could tell like his head was in the right place because I don't really care whether like because like effort is the biggest thing to me. Yeah. Regardless of what your skill level is, whatever. I mean, I feel like we could work on that. Jameer was already good though. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like he already got the effort, he got the skill level. Like I don't have to bother him as far as telling him to get stuff done. Right. I have a studio in my house, so like I literally just close the door. He stay in there all day and he'll just work however long, whatever the case is though. Whereas other people, I have to be up on him like I'm their dad or something, though, you know? And it's just like
doing the job. Yeah.
Yeah. So talking to Jameer over and over again though, it was like, okay, yeah, he with it. Like for real. And he got it already. He already got the skill, so I ain't even gotta work on that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then he got the mindset, yeah, bro, he gonna come on the team, but he ain't get it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. He wasn't listening yet. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to him though. You know, the more we talk though, I'm gonna get him though. Like,
yeah. That's all it really was, bro, because it was one day where it was just, he started venting. It was like venting for 10, 15 minutes, but I ain't say a word. Here's the thing about me. I don't like hearing people talk because everybody talking about bullshit. So it's like, bro, what you talking about? But this time I'm just like, bro, I understand. I ain't never heard this type of shit before. Go ahead. Keep saying what you're saying. And that's when it clicked for him like, oh, nah, this is what he do. This is life. Real.
I think what got me to start realizing and understanding that Yoshi was definitely serious and dedicated was when Ace had put him on a task. He had told him to be a controller merchandise and stuff, right? So I was like, okay, it's definitely a necessity. We definitely need it, but that's also a task, you know, like, cause if he wasn't gonna do it, either me or Ace was gonna have to do it. So it was one of those situations where it's like, all right, let him put it in his hands and see where it go. Right. The funny thing it was just that we would tell him, you know, he would call us like, yeah, so I'm stuck on this one thing. How can I? And then Ace would be like,
it's like, bro, you got free reign, bro.
Do whatever just you want to do.
You say, just do it. Hey, but how you want me to do it? Yeah, I don't care. Exactly. I really don't. I really could care less. I just want you to just do it, bro. Yeah. But how do you want me to do it?
See, and that's the thing with just being creative though, is you don't want to send them that final work and they be like, that ain't what we do. Because that disappointment.
But see, again though, it's the effort though. Right. Yeah, I don't really care about, you know what I'm saying, what he did. I just want him to get it done. So it's like, okay, if once he get it done, we can work on whatever I feel like was wrong with it. Right. But I need him to actually get it done though. I don't need to hold his hand to get it done, because the next time I'm really ain't gonna answer.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out.
Right. But yeah, no, it's just one of those situations where it's just like, we could do that with anybody, you know what I'm saying? We could say that to give that type of task to anybody. And the fact that if they don't necessarily go all the way through with it.
Sorry, my phone started ringing.
You good.
Because your headphones, it's connected to the junk.
I heard it too.
I thought it was his phone.
I just put it on. Do not disturb.
Man.
My fault.
You say
I was over here tripping like.
But yeah, no, it's just one of those things that just goes to show that, you know, like it's you know, this stuff it could be taught, bro. It's just a will or skill type thing where you could tell somebody to do it, and it's not like, I mean, we ain't paying you right now, so I mean, if you do it, cool. If you don't do it, all right, cool. But if you do it, like the back end, you know what I'm saying? That's what we work for. We work towards the back end, like,
and that's why it's free reign. It's because it's so fast. Like, okay, bro, you're gonna get paid the most off of this, regardless of how we look at it. Yeah. So in reality, though, bro, I'm not your boss. I'm really not. I ain't nobody boss. Like that's not how this go. But I need you to be in a position to where like, okay, bro, if you're gonna make the most money, you have to do the work to where you gonna make the most money. Like,
yep.
And that's just how that works. Like that's literally what it is, and just like we come across a lot of artists that think,
man, I just want to be the artist, bro.
Yeah,
I just want to rap.
Yeah.
That shit ain't music. Don't get you paid.
Yeah, no, I don't.
The business gets you.
It's gonna
paid.
get me paid.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's like
Music, exactly. It's just one of those situations where okay, you could be that. And like with him, even though he's an artist, he's still, like I said, engineering, producing, like merchandising. Like he still has these different things where he could tap into and
make his own money whenever he wants to. You know what I'm saying? And
later down the road,
100% or whatever the case is, rather than it being like it's a collective situation. We got splits.
Yep.
Whereas like, okay, he got to chop it up with us. Where like, I mean, he can make his own money however you want to make it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like we take money. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, as far as how everything go though, we don't take money out of anything he do by himself. You know what I'm saying? It's only that we split up money if it's a whole collective thing. So it's like I want him to have other things that he could do where like, okay, if the plan just is slow right now, where like we just planning out or we building up content, he could make his own bread on content, whatever it's on his own. So
no, and that's I can relate to that because when I'd moved to Nashville and I'm from Pennsylvania. I only been here for like 3 years. Yeah. So it's like I didn't have nobody to record me, nobody to do photo shoots, nothing. So all this shit started because I had to do it myself. So it's like understand that you get paid from this shit. Like Cruise Control Entertainment, and just some side shit. Cruise Control Entertainment started as, you know, on DistroKid, it tells you like to put a label name.
Okay.
I just made some shit up for my last name, and now it's like a real like business.
That's how that started, bro. Like legit. I think that's literally how with DistroKid, when DistroKid came out with all of that, like I think I came up with like 3 different labels, and then one label just stuck, and I was like, you know, that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Well, you had made that song. You had made that.
Yeah, it was a song called "We Did It."
And and I was pushing it. I kept on pushing it really, really hard, and so it got to the point where he was like, "Hey, cuz, we should make that the label name."
Yeah, legit. Like no cap.
Like, like you said, bro, we did it. Hell
we definitely did it. Like we did it,
and that's like a manifestation too.
Yeah, that's like, man, we're gonna call it WDI.
Yeah, and then we got a phrase. We got a phrase is they tried, but we did it. Legit.
That's hard.
Legit.
So don't steal that. Don't y'all steal that.
Yeah. No, that's trademark, patent, copyrighted, all of that. Try me.
Right. No, try me.
Yeah,
try me for real.
For real.
I know people.
Yeah, solidified out here.
So
for real.
So now with your album, Then and Now, what do you want out of it?
I mean, really, that album was really one of those albums where it was based off of everything that all my work and my collective, but not just focus on me, focus on all the other artists that are on that. It was pretty much it was mainly to put on the artists in my hometown.
Y'all are out here in Nashville. I wanted to ask, what made y'all feel like, yo, let's take it back to Nashville, run out there and see what's up?
In all honesty, I mean, I was finna come here either way it go. I kind of come here more than anybody.
Okay.
So, I mean, I kind of come here as like just like a getaway for the most part. Though I have a lot of friends here. I have a girl that I mess with out here too. So I kind of travel back and forth. So at first, we was finna buy a whole bunch of equipment to basically start a podcast and whatever. But at the same time, no, Sean was kind of like, well, we should probably hop on other people's podcasts right now to actually see how it's done and try to take some tips or whatever the case is, though, because we don't really know what we're doing. So that kind of turned into, well, it didn't make sense to buy all the equipment because we have an investor, so we basically are on a budget every single month for the most part, though. And then so it just didn't make sense to spend that money this month up on podcast equipment. And
without the plan,
and we didn't know what we was doing. So it just kind of turned into one thing to the other. Like, well, we should probably go to Nashville. We got a whole, so we got a decent network in Nashville. So we might as well work with these people, whatever the case is. He found you. He found RB. He found well, I talked to Leo, and then so now we have 2 podcasts booked. We have a studio booked from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. We have RB podcast booked. We have 2 music videos with Leo. So, I mean, that's just kind of how, you know what I'm saying, it just started from one thing, like, well, didn't make sense to spend money on this, so why don't we just go to Nashville, you know what I'm saying? And then just kind of what I'm saying? We booked one person and booked the next, and then it was like, well, shit, we got a whole business trip.
Yeah, right. Just set it up.
Yep,
y'all seen R.E.B's Cloud Room? You're gonna do a freestyle there?
We seen it. We trying to see what it's talking about when we get over there. We gonna see what it's talking about.
That shit is fire. That's different.
Yeah, we trying to. I mean, Air Rider. You know, a song called Air Rider. So we trying to put him in the cloud studio and then try to go ahead and get to record a little bit of music video in there and see what we could do with that.
So with that, with the podcast stuff, like literally, I can send you all the links to everything I do. Like I told y'all before, like people reach out to me and say, hey, how do you do this? I tell them and they don't do shit with it. But I know y'all about y'all shit. So it's like all this shit, like I can tell y'all exactly where it's literally. It's not as expensive as people make it seem.
Cool.
At all. Okay. Like my light right there, that shit's broken, but it worked.
I mean, I have lights and everything though, but in reality, though, I just like the way that you're actually like doing it though. To be honest, like the whole conversation part though, like that was kind of the part that I wasn't necessarily like contributing into it though, because I didn't necessarily think that was like something I need to focus on. But I see how you do it though, and I'm like, okay, well that makes a really, really big difference though.
The best thing about doing anything, which y'all probably found out already, is don't think too much about it.
True.
Right. Just do the shit.
Yeah.
So what's the worst that can happen? You fail.
Yeah.
And that's a lesson.
Yeah.
So
that's where a lot of people stop at too.
Mm-hmm. What's something that you would tell people that's, trying to get in the position that y'all are with creating your own brand and building? What's something that y'all would tell them?
I mean, we could do everybody.
Okay. You want to go or you want to start?
I'll wait because I know.
Okay. As far as me, I think that like making a plan is the most important thing, and actually sticking to the plan regardless of what other people's views are on it though, because it's just like sometimes it might take longer for you than other people, but your plan, it doesn't necessarily mean that your plan isn't working.
Right.
So it's just like, I think that if you make a plan, I think you should just follow through with it until the end. And then once it ends, you kind of figure out like, okay, where am I at now? And then work from there rather than looking at it like, well, so-and-so is doing this and so-and-so is doing that while my plan isn't working, whatever the case is. When in reality, though, it's probably working at its own pace. And then most people like to do like gratification stuff. So if you have a full plan, you'll probably outlive them in your career because of they looking at next week and you looking at next year. Right. So it's like if you just fall through with it, whatever, they got to make a whole new plan because their plan was only a week plan. Right. So like you know what I'm saying, you have a whole plan for a year. Just go through the whole year because you know what I'm saying, whatever. Because like from my experience, whatever, if you planned out that way, when the year is over with, the other person that was planning for a week, he had 52 plans.
Exactly.
I had one.
Yeah.
Like, and it worked. So,
exactly.
You know, so I mean, that'd be my advice. Is just stick to the plan once you make it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think one thing literally, if it's gotten anything to do with, trying to be in somewhat position, like if it was my position, honestly, if your end goal and your last thing is to think like, okay, I'm gonna step in my position. I start day one, first day, right? Your main goal is I want to get paid tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you to quit right now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you to quit right now because it's not that. It's way more into that. I would say if it's something that like, cause what I had to do to get to where I was, it was one of those situations where it's just a talent. You know what I'm saying? Like me playing the drums is a talent. Me doing certain things that I came in is mostly a talent. So you can't necessarily teach that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations. If you go in with it and become that you want to make money out of it, okay, you can do that, but if you're not willing to put in at least 5 to 10 years to grow your craft and become better at what you do, it's no point of even in starting. So I think to take that up out of there, I just would say like if you talented and you got a plan, and like you said with his plan, and you got a talent and you good at something, stick to it, because it will pay off. Like I said, like we don't chase for front end. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could come to us and be like, yeah, we give you $20,000 this right now. But the plan that we got with Ace that we've been following, like this is gonna take care of my child, right? His child's child, you know what I'm saying? Generational wealth, and it's gonna create that type of thing. Right. But if you just care just for a check, I mean, hey, cool. we bosses, you know what I'm saying? We all bosses. We can get you a job now.
Hey, but I'm getting paid though.
Yeah. Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We put our time in. You know, we put that tenure in. You know what I'm saying? Just like with you, with your company, somebody come to you, you done put all this investment in, all this work in, and you know they want 50% of your company.
Right.
How does that sound? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, that's crazy.
Yeah, nah.
No, and people will fall for it and be like, oh, because, you know, they're at this stature.
Right.
So me being under them will bring more attention to me. But it's like, you getting the attention but less money.
You know what I'm saying? And you can kind of make your way up on your own.
Exactly.
You know, like
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's man. What about you?
It's probably two things.
You can put the mic.
On top like this.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, it's probably two things. The first thing is discipline is probably going to be the first thing that will take out any restrictions and limitations. Because the number one thing I hear from artists is they feel like they can't do certain things. So such as being able to rent out a show or seeing an artist that they like, they can't get to their level at that time. But it's like, no. Once you do, if you stick with something long enough, you're going to figure out the truth about it and realize that it's really easier than what it seems, basically.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's about it. That and don't try and, no, I take that back. Y'all need to learn extreme accountability. Not because I need y'all running around thinking everything's your fault, but when you think everything's your fault, you'll be more willing to help other people. It just makes the world a better place.
That's hard.
I drink to that.
Definitely.
Definitely. Matter of fact, we toasted that one. Toasted that one. For real. Yep.
Yeah, nah. It's good to focus on, you know, when you. So basically, what I got out of it is like people not wanting temporary satisfaction.
Yeah.
That don't last long.
Yeah.
pretty much the problem.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, because that'll just leave you, you know, then the next day it's like, shit, now I got to try to figure out how to get it again.
Right. Exactly.
And that's poverty mindset.
Legit.
So now that y'all at this point, you know, you got WDI and you got your producer bag going on, you got the spitting, the cover arts. Is it you do logos and all that shit too? Just
Logos, no, but I can do a cover art.
okay.
Yeah,
Cover
I
arts.
definitely do that.
Y'all got all this shit going. Now, what projects are coming out? What is there anything that, you know, anything else we can be expecting for 2023?
So pretty much this year, we're going to pretty much keep on pushing We Stream as a service and try to figure out exactly where that's going to go. But Yoshi should be able to actually go on tour by the end of the year.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I'm expecting to have him have a project done by the end of the summer. And pretty much after that, though, we'll probably just fall straight into tour. We're pretty much targeting like universities and colleges for the most part.
Yeah.
I have connect with an agency or whatever that's gonna basically follow through with that as far as actually getting him college tours and everything because of the simple fact that well, if people don't know this, like colleges, whatever, are required to have an entertainment fund because of the simple fact that when people go to colleges and they OD, they get raped or whatever the case may be, whatever, the college, whatever, technically gets blamed for it. So their alibi is that they have parties and situations, whatever, on campus, whatever, to say, well, if your student, whatever, had been at our event, whatever, they would have been in a safe environment, whatever the case is, though. So every single college in America literally has an entertainment fund to basically save their ass. So it's like, if you really go to colleges to perform and everything, they already have a certain amount of money sitting there waiting for you, to be honest. So
it's just waiting for someone to ask.
Right. Because it's a liability thing for them.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever, they have money to just pay people anyway, which is why like Drake started out like going performing at Kentucky for the most part.
Yeah.
He performed at Carbondale. Yeezy, Wayne used to perform at a whole bunch of colleges. Lil Uzi Vert got on the same way.
What about Megan?
You know what I'm saying? It's just some fact, like, you know what I'm saying?
Meg too. Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, true. So then like all these universities have this money to just pay people. So we're just going to go ahead and go that route and see where it take us, and then after that, whatever, we'll try to figure out. Well, that probably carry out the rest of the year, though.
Yeah, no,
but as you can see, we focused on that back end first. You know what I'm saying? We definitely focused on that back end first. We had to secure that to get to because it's crazy because every time we talk about moves, it's always one move that he'll either bring up or I'll bring up. I'm like, dang, I forgot about that move.
Right.
I done forgot about that
too
one.
much going on.
Yeah.
Like,
Way
damn,
too
I,
much.
I slick forgot about that. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie to you.
Right.
No, I'd be like, and honestly, doing colleges, that's the best place to get people because a lot of people are trying to find themselves in college.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they trying to find themselves like to attach someone. So if they see you performing there, they're like, shit, like you got a forever fan. Like,
Yeah.
and all you need is 1,000 of those, and
Yeah.
you're a millionaire.
I mean, the state, and that's another thing too, because the state of the college environments, I feel like they definitely need somebody to talk to them because I ain't realize it, like how, I don't want to say soft, but I gotta say soft. It's like in the standpoint of people are putting their emotions over logic in a sense, because a lot of like I be watching a lot of people that be going to the colleges, you know, they just have random like public debates. I be watching them, and it's like what the students is talking about, it's nothing.
Right.
It really don't matter. So I don't know. It's weird. So hopefully, if I can bring that reasoning back to college students, shit, fuck it, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, well, listen, y'all. This was the special edition here at the secret location. I want to let y'all know, y'all would never know it's this nice inside of here. I promise you. I promise you.
Outside looking in.
Yeah.
Legit.
But
Low-key
we're
spot.
here with WDI. You know, they taking over the game right now, and they bringing a big platform for all creators, artists, everyone to be a part of and grow your brand. So make sure y'all tap in with them and get in tune with it.